I saw a post on Instagram and it read that like 0 divided by 0 equals 1. And it's that meme where it's the guy at the table and it says change my mind. And so 0 divided by 0, you know, it might be 1, you know, because any number divided by itself is 1. But like, how can you get a number out of basically nothing, because 0 is nothing? So the way I think about it is there has to be a way that works, because if you look at the universe, you only have two things. You have every single thing that makes up that universe, and then you have the opposite of that. You have nothing. So how did those become? How did everything be born? How did it become alive? How did it start? You know, and how did nothing start? So you basically only have those two things, everything and nothing. And you could say that everything started itself and gave birth to itself, and that's how it became. Or you could say nothing came from nothing, so that's how nothing is started, and that's how it is, how it's alive. Or you could say that nothing birthed everything, so everything did come from nothing, and everything represents 1 and nothing represents 0. So you could say that that's a possibility, because how else did those two become? Because if you look back at it, we know that there's the idea of nothing, of 0, because before there was no 0. When numbers were created for math, 0 wasn't even a part of the number system. So it wasn't until like this civilization, and I forgot which civilization, but it wasn't until that civilization created 0 that it became 0. So so before, we didn't know there was an idea of nothing, of absolutely nothing. So, but we know nothing can be possible. We just don't know. We just don't know how to define it or anything. Because you can define nothing, but it still doesn't mean it's defined, because it means nothing. So did everything really come from nothing? And did nothing come from nothing and everything just was already there from the start? Because it's just like the chicken and egg. It's just like the chicken and egg theory. You know, what came first? So I feel like with the whole idea of 0 being divided by 0, it's like you have to think of like the idea of if everything came from either nothing or everything came from everything, and it has no correlation to nothing. And then where did nothing come from? It could be possible that everything came from everything somehow. But where did that officially start? Because that's really all you have in the universe, is everything and nothing. So